Amanda Raquel with AmandaMuxic, Chicago's favorite and friendly voice coach. I never knew I was a coach. At least I never saw myself as a coach, even though I had been coaching people my whole life in business and relationships and in singing. It was just something I did for fun. It wasn't something that I saw myself as. I was too afraid to be that. I wanted to be something that appeared more successful to other people. And so since I was not self-aware, I was starting and doing all kind of stuff that I didn't really want to do because I thought it was more impressive. And so when my firm was melting in 2008 and I hear the voice of God because I'm listening because I'm like, what am I going to do? And he's saying, start coaching people, and people are out of nowhere calling, asking, hey, can you coach my voice? I am literally flabbergasted. Like, what? And the voice of God says, tell them yes. And so that's what started this coaching ages ago. And I have clients who are literally still with me today, one-on-one clients that started with me 8-10 years ago. In my quiet time, again, because, for me, it's obvious, like your relationship with the Lord trumps religion. It has to be, you're talking with him all the time, so you can hear the next direction. I was just this week spending some quiet time with God, and he is correcting the direction I'm taking as a coach. And he's like letting me know, it's not going to be one-on-one anymore. We're now going to start expanding the reach. And I want you to start on YouTube. So I started, you all know, I've been sharing with you on YouTube just a little bit, kind of giving you an idea of what we want to offer. And I'm looking at the other voice coaches on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be critiquing other people's videos and performances all day. It drains me. You can be good at something, but doing it somebody else's way drains you, right? It was interesting when I learned I'm an extraordinary coach, but I hate doing it inside of a school. Something about the institution or the building makes people show up differently. It was alarming to recognize I'm an extraordinary coach, but it doesn't work for me inside of usually a very, elaborate church building. Something about the building makes everybody show up differently. So I show up well inside of really cozy, intimate office spaces or really cozy, intimate home spaces, right? And people just show up differently. So you can be gifted at something and just not gifted at doing it the way the culture demands you do it. You have to find your way. And so I've been coaching now one-on-one, loving it. And I'm recognizing it's time to grow because of my time, my space, my meditation, my time with the Lord. I'm hearing it's time to move forward in some new directions. And so I'm testing the waters on what that looks like. And you all have been with me doing it even on YouTube. And I'm recognizing I don't want to do it like the other coaches are doing it on YouTube. Like, I know that's the precedent. I know that gets you thousands of views, but that drains me. I don't want to be like, yes, looking at somebody else's performance, because my coaching has very rarely actually been about you being someone who can perform. I'm about what made you be able to be the kind of person who can perform that well. What kind of work did you do? What kind of attention did you have to play to your own personal issues? How do you do it in a way that doesn't sabotage your future, meaning that you're on drugs or you can't find love in your private life because your public life is a public, it looks successful, but it's a failure in private. I was always the kind of person who was really interested in how do you be successful and find the work-life balance for you, the way you're designed to be, and not be on the rat race of what everybody else says is right. And since that's the journey that attracts me, it's what attracts me to people who want to be vocalists. And that's the kind of coach I want to be. So long story short, we've been processing for some time because of the push and the unction of the Lord in my quiet time. What does this coaching look like for me? How do I want to voice coach and coach artists and coach vocalists and singers in a way that's authentic and true and transparent and genuine for me? And we finally figured it out. So it's time to pivot. I'm so excited. I was so excited. God always told me that I was an artist, but I was like, no. And I was running from that for a long time. Then when I finally got in the groove of like, okay, I'll do a couple of songs. I'll do a couple, like, personal. I've always been singing for other people in the background. I've always been writing for other artists, but I never was like, I'll be the artist. Then when I finally got with the groove of it a little bit, I kept getting pregnant. Every time I was going to obey Lord, I was getting pregnant. And so we'd have the city of Chicago and people sponsoring and partnering with us. And I'd get through the album release and I'd be singing it 7-8 months pregnant. So now we're in a season of our life where, you know, I shouldn't be getting pregnant without literally immaculate conception. Unless Jesus want to do another Mary, there shouldn't be any more babies coming from this womb. And so it appears now that, you know, we're at a season in our family that the children we have the bandwidth, that I'm supposed to not only become an artist with you and invite you to take that journey with me, but do it in a way that shares with you the work it takes for you to have something in your brain, a dream, an idea, a thought, something you cherish, you're excited about, to have something in your brain that literally comes from your creator, your God, the one who made you. It's something that you can't get away from. It's something you always daydream about. It's something that you're like, when I retire, I'm going to. It's that thing. It's the thing that you don't think you're good enough or brave enough or strong enough or smart enough or rich enough to do. That thing is, it had the dream. And this is a God dream, not a your dream, a thing, something that you would push. It's a thing that just kind of simmers and it stays with you. Even if you couldn't make it happen, you just think about it, right? It's not something you angrily are forcing to happen. It's something that you look at all the time. Every time you go past a building and you go, I would do the interior decorating or the architecture different. It's just who you are. Every time I saw a performance or I saw a worship leader, I would go, it should be this way, or they should time the intro this way, or the light should be. It's who I am. I'm always thinking about it, right? So I get to now do it. I'm feeling released to now become an artist and to do it with you, because I want you to walk with me and see what I coach my clients on. This is how you do it in a healthy way, in an empowering way, in a surrendered way, in a consistent way. This is how you do it when you don't feel like doing it, when you're not brave enough to do it, you know, when you're good and scared, right? When you like, I don't have what it takes, right? Or when you don't have the money, or when you don't have the lifestyle. Like, you have to become a different person. You have to change. You have to transform. You have to grow into your dream. You have to let yourself learn and not keep yourself back because you're afraid you'll fail, or you're afraid that, you know, you'll embarrass yourself in front of people. You have to be that person. You have to be somebody who's excited about the uncertainty, who's comfortable with being uncomfortable. And you have to develop the muscle to do that. And so what I'm thinking we should just do, what I'm feeling like we should do is you and I, take a journey together where I'm exploring the new sound that I hear in my head, and the ideas that, you know, it takes a minute to get it just right. But instead of me releasing it with you when it's perfect, we just share together what it takes for it to happen. How do you do it as a mom? Where is the time that you carve out when you have another job? Some of you have other obligations, and it's like, well, how do I live this dream? How do I create it? How do I establish a brand? How do I get a genuine following, right? Not a following of people who want a certain type of sound that I don't even want to keep up. I got so many artists who's like, I don't even like the music I'm singing. I'm like, what? Well, it's what I thought was going to be popular or successful. I'm like, no, we got to work it out. Like, you're just singing like your idol, or you're singing like whatever you think is the world thinks is dope, but it's not what you think is dope. And so to create something that comes from out of you, is who you actually are. It's what you like, and something that brings glory to your, you know, to your creator. It takes work, because right now it's just an idea. Right now it's just a baby idea. So we're going to do it together. It's time to pivot. I want you to walk alongside with me. I'm inviting you to do this. It'll be so much more fun and less scary. I want you to walk with me. And all of the things that you're seeing has to happen to develop the muscle to become the artist that I dream of in my head, that I now can dabble in, because the kids can feed themselves a little bit and they know how to go to the bathroom by themselves, right? All the things it requires, the disciplines, the mental fortitude, I'm gonna do it. But I want you, if you're a singer or even if you're just someone who's creating something new, to take these truths, to take the things that you'll see me doing and be like, maybe I should apply that to my life, or maybe that'll work for me, or maybe that'll bring me some clarity or peace, or like, let's just do it together. And then we can like completely dispel the outrageous myth that you wake up ready. Y'all, nobody wake up ready. Don't nobody wake ain't nobody a millionaire. I'm gonna show you how to make $1 million overnight. It's never overnight. I don't care who, for all of our singers who, you love your Beyonce, people keep discounting them early years. When that girl didn't go to high school, when that child was, singing at somebody's barber salon, you got to put the 10,000 master hours in. Everyone likes, the Billie Eilishes and whomever you admire, but you don't realize the hours of concentrated fun, because you want to do it anyway. But there's intentionality and disciplined time that goes into you becoming what you see in your mind. Does that make sense? Is that exciting you as much as it excites me? All of you have something in your mind, an idea of who you are. You know who you are. You can feel it. You look at someone else doing what you wish you were doing, and you're like, dang it, I could do that. And I'm like, the heck, you can. You sure can. You can do it. Why don't we just together look at what does it take to become who you actually are, and to shed all the versions of you that are not genuine. They are not true. They are a lie. You don't like the person. You don't want to be her. You're tired. You're exhausted. He annoys you. You don't want to be this person anymore. You want to be who you actually are, and you want to develop strategies and techniques and systems, infrastructure that supports and feeds who you are. Whether you're joining me as a singer or an artist, or whether you're joining me as a fellow creative, just someone who knows you're creating something out of nothing. It doesn't exist but in my mind, which is true. That's a real existing. It is existing. It happens twice, in your thoughts and then in reality. And so instead of killing it before it becomes a live tree, let's give birth and nurture this baby thought together. What do you say? Monday motivation, whatever that thing is that you've been sitting on or that you've attempted before, it literally happens better in community. It happens better, especially with coaching, but it happens as you put intention to it. And I'm going to do it now. I'm going to start putting intention into first developing what's my sound going to be. That's going to take some time. I'm going to have to be kind and gracious to myself and start playing around with what are some of the sounds that I'm just intrigued by? What is the genre that I'm interested in, right? I'm just going to start from, square one. And then we're going to take this exciting, adventurous, creative journey together. Won't you comment in the leaks? Obviously, you need to subscribe because you got to keep up with what we're doing. Thank you for giving me a little bit of grace. I know I didn't post last week because I was trying to sit real still and make sure I was clear on what we were doing. I didn't want to be a voice coach that can't do it. I've done it before. Now, after the kids, I'm going to do it again. And I've always appreciated the kind of coaches who played ball. Not that you just got theory. The coaches that changed my life were vastly different than the coaches that read about changing my life. I'm like, have you been there? Have you? Can you hit that note? I want to do it again, and I want to do it with you. Subscribe. Send me now some love and heart. That you know what it takes when you start now and you need to be brave. Send me the smiley faces and the claps. I'll send them right back. I'm so excited. I am going to walk with you as a fellow creative and artist, and we're going to use that platform as my genuine way of co-coaching you to you creating the dream that you want for yourself too. I love you so much. Talk to you soon.